Welcome back to Terrible at Fishing, everybody. We're going to talk about how to use one of these big, giant baits in just a moment. So this is called a glide bait, okay? Now, glide baits are they're typically hinged, and they are designed to swim through the water, like this. I don't know why I say the pew pew. I don't think that sound, but it's got a knocker in it. These are great. This one right here also has rotating connection points, which gives you a better chance of landing the fish. So it gives the fish less leverage. When they bite into this, they will try to use the body of the glide to pull out the hook. Now, these sink at different rates of speed. Now, I was with a buddy's son this last weekend, if you've seen that video, and his nickname is Carr, so I call him Carr. And Carr applied one of my most important rules about fishing. And that's when you use a bait that you're unfamiliar with, you first throw it in the water and analyze it. See how it swims. See if it sinks, if it floats. A few tugs, different speeds, things like that. Glides are the same way, except they sink. And then after, depending on your water quality, this is one of my zombie baits. That's what I got there, the zombie bait. I like zombie baits. Zombie baits are cool. Once it disappears from view, you're wondering, well, where is it? So this is where a fish finder is really handy. It really is. And I will drop this near my transducer, and I will watch this bait sink. And when it gets to the depth I want, I know I can start pulling on it. So, and you're counting, all right? While it's sinking, it's very important that you count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004 until you get to the depth that you want. It's very important. Understanding the sink rate of these. Now, some of these glides, they don't have sink rates. This is a floating glide. I know, it's weird, huh? Good looking. Pumpkin seed sunfish. That's why I bought it, because it's good looking. And it's got twisty connections. But this one only sinks after I pull on it. Now, one thing about these, once you pull on it, now in this illustration it's going straight across. They don't do that, because remember, your line is up at an angle. You're up here. You're way up here. And so when you pull it, it's going to come up. So now you're going to now you're going to drop it again, right? Because you've lost your depth, and you're going to pull it right back up and drop it again. Now, if you could swim it, if you want, it'll swim it, up, but you want to get it down into that hole, all right? And then start swimming it. The slower you swim it, the less ascent you can have on it. But if you swim it fast, let's say you're trolling it, that thing's going to go right up to the top. But if you're going to just throw it out there and count, let's say you want to go down to 40 feet, and things are just going to sink down to 40 feet, and then you're just going to go real slow. Maybe pop it a couple times, let it sink. Real slow. Pop it a couple times. Let it sink. What popping does, twitching, it allows the bait to change directions. So it'll change direction on you, and it gives the bait the look of an injured fish. a confused fish. And the prey, the target fish that you're shooting for, will look at it as an opportunity. So when you go ahead and let this thing sink, and you gotta, I mean, it'd be nice, but if you can see it go down 10 feet, and then do the multiples if you need to go farther than that. But if you're in stained water, this is a pretty big mystery. You're going to have to look at your line, all right, and see how far your line goes out. Me, I just use my fish finder. I just drop it next to my transducer, and I just let it sink, 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 sink. And when it gets down to the depth that I want to get to, I know that's the depth. That's how long it's going to take. You'd be surprised. There are crevices, holes, canyons under at the bottom of a lake. Inside these canyons, or even short holes, there lies fish. Now, bass are ambush predators. So what they'll do is they'll wait for it. They're down here in this hole, and they're in a hole, okay, or under a branch or something like that, and then this weakling comes by. They come out and they hit it. That's how they eat. All right, they're opportunists. So I hope this little video and this little illustration right here helps you to understand how to use a glide. Now, one thing about glides, some of these are very heavy. So this is a 5-ounce glide. This is a 2.5, 3-ounce glide. It's real important to understand your rod's capabilities without breaking your rod or your line. All right, real important. You got to match the rod and line. Above the grip, you're going to see, numbers. It'll tell you the size of bait that you can throw on it, the weight of the bait, and then what size line that you can put on it. These are really good recommendations because the manufacturer of that rod knows its tolerances. So you want to make sure that you don't exceed the tolerances. See the insanity bait video I just did. To be honest, it's getting insane. It's like how many blades on it's like having 20 blades on a razor. This is how crazy the industry is getting. But anyway, I hope this helps. And glide baits are fantastic baits for bigger fish and to get you into areas that your fish finder says is there, and you're wondering what's in that little crevice. And let me tell you, they are big fish in those crevices. Anyway, have fun. We'll see you guys out on the water.